everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to share with you some of my toddler best buys, toddler must-haves and essentials. So for reference, my son Arthur is now 2.5 or a bit over 2.5. So I'm kind of looking at the things which have been really helpful for him, you know, in the last, I don't know, year or so, something like that. So yeah, if you have a child around his age or a bit younger or even a bit older, hopefully you will find some of these things useful. Of course, there are quite a lot of toddler must-haves and best buys, but I've tried to do some kind of which are less obvious and maybe some are more so obvious. But anyway, yes, I've got lots to show you, so I want to get straight on with it. And just before I show you the first thing, which reminded me to say, I'm also going to tell you a couple of things which are kind of on my wish list, which I would buy for Arthur or I am going to buy, or you know, if I had more room or more money. So if you're kind of looking for any inspiration, that might sort of help you as well. So the first toddler must-have and essential, and it is one of the best buys as well, I think, is this little step stool. So I only got this fairly recently. I showed it to you in a recent Asda haul that I did. So I went along to Asda and I was in the aisle anyway. I think maybe I was looking for something, I can't remember, but I saw it and I had wanted to buy a stool for Arthur because he actually was using one at my mum's house where we go once a week or so. And she had one like by her sink, so he would use it to wash his hands, and I thought that's a really good idea. So I was looking online and yeah, anyway, I just was in Asda and then I just saw it. It was only £4, but I just think it's really useful. It means that he can reach things. So if your toddler wants to clean their teeth at the sink, which Arthur doesn't, I think that's kind of why I bought it. But anyway, obviously they can do that. They can just get a bit higher. Arthur has it a lot in the kitchen, again, for him to wash his hands, or he can see what's going on. Obviously, the only thing I would say is, of course, because they are higher, because they can reach things, which is what you want, but at the same time, obviously that means if there's anything hot or sharp, you need to make sure everything's like out of the way or take away the stool. But yeah, if he wants to help with baking or anything, or just see what's kind of going on at the worktop, this has been really good, and it was only £4. They sell them everywhere. You can get them in IKEA or Amazon. But yeah, that's definitely been a must-have. And on my sort of toddler wish list, if we had the space and the money, you can get one of these, I can't remember what they're called, but like it's like a big tower almost that they stand at. It looks a bit higher than this, probably a bit safer as well, because it kind of like surrounds them, I think, on 3 sides. So, you know, if they were to like lose their balance or anything, they can't fall off. But I think they are about £100. But if you have the budget and the space, and yeah, if I did, then I'll definitely get one of those. So sticking with the kind of kitchen theme, what I find has been really helpful for us is having loads and loads of plates and bowls. And we do still have a suction bowl and plate, which we kind of give like in the mornings, like for his meals, we do tend to use those, although we haven't actually been using the suction ring recently. If your toddler is going through like a throwing stage, by the way, obviously suction plates are great. But Arthur is kind of past that, I think, now, which is really good. But anyway, these sorts of things are just really good for like snacks and things. So Arthur doesn't sit in the high chair for a snack anymore. You know, if he's just having something, he doesn't need to sit in his high chair, obviously. So, but these are really good because we've just got a pile in the cupboard. When we say, you know, do you want, I don't know, something like some cheese and grapes or something, he will go to the cupboard and get his own bowl and plate. But we do find we go through a lot of them because he might change his mind, or he might have like yogurt in one, he might have his fruit in the other, and we just go through loads. So having lots of them, but these are really cheap. So you can get the actual like children's ones, which these are, you can get them in sets from everywhere really. But also and that one obviously matches that bowl. But what I would also advise, you can get this sort of thing, which are just plastic, which is fine. These are actually picnic plates. So it might be worth looking actually, because we are kind of at the end of summer, beginning of autumn. You might find some places are reducing their picnic stuff because it's like a summer thing. But yeah, like picnic plates, I got this one in Asda, I've got a few from Asda. They're just very cheap, and I just found sometimes Arthur, when he was in his throwing stage, some of these ones are bamboo. He had a cup made out of this, which he did throw, and it did break, unfortunately. So these are a bit more robust, but yeah, they're cheap and they're just really handy to have. On a similar theme, also some cutlery. So you may want to move from having just like plastic or wooden and sort of those rubber spoons to having cutlery which actually has like metal on it, which obviously is sharper, and of course, you know, wait until you think they're ready. But we actually got these from Aldi. These have got Paddington, although he's kind of a bit rubbed off now. Came with a spoon. We've got another set as well, which I think was also from Aldi, funnily enough. But yes, it's that time where they are getting very good with their cutlery, and you can probably trust them to have this. I know a lot of toddlers seem to actually want to use like your cutlery as well. Arthur hasn't really wanted to. He has done a couple of times. We do give him our teaspoons quite a lot, but like knives and forks, he doesn't seem that interested. Now, also on my toddler wish list is some cutlery. I think it's by the make Toddler, so I will leave it linked below, and everything that I mentioned I'll try and leave links for in the description box. It is quite expensive, but it does include a knife. I think it's so it's a fork, spoon and knife, and it's got quite like thick, like big handles. I think it's actually suitable from age 1 until 5, I believe. But yes, it does have a knife, and I think that'd be really good. So Arthur will have our knives to kind of spread. We do let him spread his toast sometimes, or maybe he has like cut strawberries and things like that with us, but you know, this knife is obviously meant for his age, so that's definitely on my wish list. But yeah, toddler cutlery in general is one of my toddler essentials. Another toddler must have is lots of wipes, and we do use wet wipes, I admit, but we also use wipes like as in cloths, reusable ones. They're kind of those microfiber ones. I didn't have one to show you, and I actually tried to buy some more on eBay, but the ones that I bought before didn't have. But yeah, just super soft cloths. You can get them really cheap. They're reusable, but they're really soft on their face, and I would definitely advise having loads of them around as well. I may as well stick with the kitchen theme now that I'm in it. So this is another essential which I just quickly grabbed actually, which are vitamins, which I've mentioned so many times before. They're an essential basically for however long, well, probably your whole life. I think we all meant to take vitamins, aren't we? Supplements. But these are the recommended ones. The NHS recommend vitamins A, C and D, which these have. I use the Nature and Nurture ones, which I've used for Arthur since he was 6 months old, I think. Always have these, and I just pop it into his yogurt. He loves yogurt. This one is good because it doesn't taste of anything. I have seen some other ones where they've got different vitamins and minerals in, but a lot of reviews say that they don't taste very pleasant, and Arthur, yeah, I'm not sure if he would have that because he loves his yogurt. So yes, I'll definitely recommend these. The next toddler must-have for us has been a nightlight, which again is something that we have had, this exact one, since he was born actually, so we still have it. But I would say, I mean, if you don't know, Arthur still sleeps here. We co-sleep in this bed, so ignore that cot. That just kind of acts as a bed rail, which I'll talk about in a minute. So yeah, the nightlight is handy for us because sometimes Arthur will wake up and he'll say it's like too dark. But also, you know, if you are moving your child into their own room, so I think obviously a lot of people will be doing that around the kind of toddler mark if they haven't done so already, you may find that some sort of nightlight just so that it's not a pitch black in their room. It's hard because I know obviously some children will wake up if it's not completely dark. They have like blackouts, but you know, I think it's just nice maybe to have a little nightlight even when you just read into them, because I find our bedside light is just too bright. So this is really good just to give a very dim light. So when it was summer, Arthur would wake up when it was really bright. I mean, our curtains are blackout curtains, but I guess because they're on a curtain pole, like a bit of light does get in, so he would see that and say, oh, it's daytime now. So another one of my toddler wish list items, you can get these kind of nightlight stroke clocks which change colour. So if your child sees it, they will kind of learn, I guess, that say, I don't know which way around it is, but say if it's blue, that means it's not time to get up yet. They know if it's yellow, they mean it's morning and it is time to wake up, which I think is really good. So I haven't really looked into it, but I have seen it on somebody's Instagram a little while ago. And yeah, when I was preparing for this video, I just randomly remembered it and I thought, oh yeah, actually, I will want to look at that maybe. I don't know if I'd buy it yet. I don't know how much they are either. So, sorry, I should have researched that, but yeah, I'll leave a link for it anyway when I find it. But I just think that might be quite good because I think toddlers are kind of known, or young children are known for, like, you know, waking up and they think it's time to get up, and actually it's like, no, it's like 4 in the morning. So one of those clocks I would definitely love. But in the meanwhile, having one of these night lights has helped us One, like I say, like, you know, getting him ready, knowing that it's nighttime because it's a very dim light, but also in the night if he ever does get scared and it's a bit dark, you can literally just tap this, and you can do it if you can see it, it comes on really, really dim. Yeah, I'd recommend that too. One of our toddler best buys is a bed rail. So as I said a minute ago, Arthur and us, we sleep in the bed here, and whilst we're here we've just kept the cot because it's very long, so it's a bit longer than a bed rail, which is my next item that I'm talking to you about. So yeah, that is a bed rail and it's fine, but when we have gone on holiday, and this is kind of how we actually came to be like co-sleeping all the time, because I just didn't like the idea of him being in a travel cot and being low down. I was thinking, you know, I feed him to sleep, and I was thinking, how's that going to work? So he ended up just staying in our bed, but obviously we knew we needed something to act as a bed rail. So we ended up buying two, because we bought one, but that wasn't suitable for every mattress. So then we bought a second one, which is, so I don't know the point of the first one, but they're both the same make. So I think it's Dream Baby. They're quite cheap actually, about £25–30. You can get them on Amazon. I think I got the first one from Argos, and it just kind of, obviously it's a frame and it just sits underneath the mattress as well, and then you kind of get two like bits of material that go all the way underneath your mattress, so it's quite sturdy. They aren't recommended for children under 18 months, but I thought I'd just mention it. So you know, if you are a co-sleeping family like us, you might find that useful. But of course, probably what they are used for more so is when toddlers move into, I don't know, like their own bed, maybe even a cot bed, I don't know. Obviously we're not doing that, but yeah, I just thought it might be worth mentioning in case you are in need of a bed rail. Then that one has been really good for us. Something which we use occasionally when Arthur has a cold is this Calpol plug-in. So you may already have one of these. I think they're quite well known, but it has been a bit of a must-have for us, really. It's been really, really good. So you just have these little like filters, kind of what they're called. They like go in there, and it just emits this kind of like oil, and it helps them breathe, helps to like clear their airways a bit when they have a cold. It does smell quite nice. It can be quite strong to start off with, but it's quite nice. The only thing I would say is with the Calpol one, there's like a little light attached. It's like blue. So when this is plugged in, so it plugs into your, you know, your plug, the light is quite bright actually. So I don't know if anyone knows of one very similar. Let us know. But this is good because obviously I know you can get the oils and kind of, you know, do your own one, but this one is good because it emits it, I think it's over like 8 hours or so, like it's like a slow release thing, which is obviously very good. Whereas if you kind of did it yourself with oils or whatever, obviously it's kind of that like first bit and then it will just go down, whereas this is like constant, obviously releases it. So it is very good. It's not too expensive, and obviously you just buy the filter, so you just use one, obviously one night, and then the next night you would just change it over. But yeah, the Calpol Nightlight plug-in has been a really good buy. So around the toddler stage, you will probably need to buy one of these, which is of course a potty. So Arthur isn't that interested in it yet, and I don't think he's fully ready. Obviously it depends. I'm not going to talk too much about like potty training and stuff, but we're kind of doing it more like the gentle potty training way. You know, obviously some people I know will just kind of say, you know, right, that's time, we're gonna like leave the nappy off and just let them do it. But anyway, yeah, so potty, again, I was just going around the houses really. I was researching loads, I was reading like blogs and awards and looking at reviews on Amazon, and I don't know, I might find one, I think, oh, okay, that sounds like a really good one, and then I would read a review on Amazon and it would just put me off, even if it might have really good ones. Like one bad review might put me off. And it seemed like it was really complicated. Some of them were like, no, it's too high in the back, or it's too low in the front, or vice versa. You know, it's too slippery on the bottom. Like there's so much to it. So when I was in Asda, the same time I bought that stall, I also saw this potty. So this was also £4, I believe. And I just thought, you know what, it's cheap. Arthur isn't, you know, he's not really using it anyway, so it's kind of more like a symbolic thing, like just like teaching him, you know, this is a potty, it's, you know, where you're going to be going to the toilet sort of thing. Because I just felt like, and like from the reviews as well, it just seemed like a lot of people might buy one, it might not work anyway, it might not be that good, you might struggle with it, you might decide to try a different shape or whatever. So I just thought I'm just gonna buy one and we'll just see how we got on, because I've got nothing to compare to. He's my first child, never done potty training before. So yeah, I thought I would just buy this one and see how we get on. But yeah, you know, it's very good obviously just to like have one in the house if you feel they're kind of coming up to age 2, I think they say, then just like have one around and you can kind of start to introduce them to the concept of potty. So in terms of toys and things like that, I won't speak loads about. I have done a video about toys for 2-year-olds, which was kind of talking you through everything that Arthur was enjoying playing with and like the best toys whilst he was age 2. I'll probably do another one when he turns 3, which is in January. But kind of in general, I find that like role play toys have been amazing. So that is definitely a best buy. Like his play kitchen he absolutely loves, and like the tea set, but also things like trains, any sort of characters, animals, and he can do that kind of role play and he sets up a scene and he's really, really into that at the moment. Also books, we have got so many books. I mean, Arthur loves them, and we have, I wouldn't even like to guess how many we have, lots. But that's definitely a toddler essential. Obviously they learn loads through reading anyway. He has started to like basically learn some books, like he knows what words come next and things like that. But they've also been really good with teaching him like the alphabet, for example. But I think definitely he started to learn the letters really well from a couple of books that we had where it, you know, used to go through the whole alphabet. He loves them, and you know, it's also like great talking points as well, I think, in books. So definitely like get all the books. Also, don't worry about buying them new. I think when Arthur was very young, I probably was like getting everything new, but they get a bit older and you realise it doesn't matter, especially because books do get torn sometimes. So yeah, just get them from charity shops or like book barns. You can buy them on eBay really cheap as well. Also, speaking about the alphabet, Arthur has this snake puzzle and every piece is a letter, and that's definitely was really, really instrumental in him learning the alphabet. And the last plaything I kind of want to mention is kind of the crafts, like arts and crafts, just to have lots of stuff in. I mentioned this in a recent video, I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, just have loads of paint. Oh yeah, I did an indoor activities or toddler activities at home video, so I'll leave that link below if you're interested. But I mentioned in that just having lots of crafts things, whether it's sticking things, painting things, stamps, just having loads of paper and just having lots and lots of materials, because that's really good just to kind of be creative with them. And yeah, we definitely get our use out of all of that. So definitely like arts and crafts is another toddler essential. Another toddler best buy, I would say, was probably like a range of toothbrushes, but Arthur used to really not want his toothbrush. So what used to get him interested, I mean, he's okay now, he is actually quite good, which again, I'll probably speak about in a different video, but flashing toothbrushes. So like you say, you just press a button and they start flashing, and he used to really, really love them. They're really cheap. I think they were from B&M. So that, I know it sounds a bit random, but yeah, that was definitely a toddler, a best buy. So the last toddler essential is just to have lots of snacks. It's kind of like a little bit of a hack as well, but just have lots of food in the house, but also just to have lots of snacks with you wherever you go, because they get hungry, I think, as well, but it's just handy to have as a distraction, you know, to keep them entertained if they're a bit irritable, if you're out and about somewhere, if you're in the car. Yeah, just always have lots of snacks with you. I am going to do a video about toddler hacks too, so I'll kind of speak about things like that, like the teeth brushing and things like that. So if you are interested in watching that, then do stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. I'll be filming that probably quite soon. But I think that's everything for now. I think that's all my toddler must-haves and the essentials and best buys. I mean, there are probably more that I could think of, but obviously there are some things which are probably fairly obvious. But I think that's everything, and there's some, hopefully, like some abstract ones which maybe you haven't heard of. But yeah, hopefully you found that helpful anyway. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like watching motherhood. I enjoy posting videos about, you know, about our life really, like day in the life, our routines. I did a 24-hour routine really recently. What we eat. I also do food hauls too. So yeah, please click subscribe and have a lovely weekend or week, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you really soon. Bye everyone.